Howdy! It's Ryan from Arnie Music.
And I'm Paul.
This is my friend Paul. And we're going to start a new series called... What are we going to call it?
I don't know, you came up with it.
I forgot what it was. Bass Tips with Paul, or Playing Bass with Paul. Playing with Paul? Bass Playing with Paul.
That just sounds bad.
Maybe we won't do that. Alright, we'll call it something about basses and Paul, because he plays bass. This is geared more for you beginner bass players. Like you advanced guys, just turn it off now because you're probably going to get mad.
Yes, I have a tendency of making people mad.
What's tip number one for playing bass?
Tip number one, what you want to do is you want to go and you work hard, get a job, so you can afford the best quality guitar that you can possibly get. Avoid the bass as much as possible. You do not want to play the bass. All that will do is cause you a lot of trouble in your life. You will be made fun of. You won't get any chicks. Even, yes, my own father posted something about a bass player not having a lot of people at their funeral.
True story. He did do that. That was pretty sad. I got emotional on that. So tip number one is, if you want to play the bass, tip number one is don't
play the bass. Chicks love guitar players, acoustic guitar players that have a beautiful voice and can sing. They don't like the guy with less talent. So
yeah,
just
they even like drummers rank a little bit higher than bass players.
Yes, if you are a bass player, make friends, best friends with the drummers, because they always have little extra chicks left over that you might be able to be like a parasite and pick one off.
Just become a guitar player, lead singer is what you're saying.
Yes.
That's what you really want to do. Now, if you still want to play bass,
yes. Tip number two.
We'll go to the real bass playing tips now.
Work out. You need to work out. If you don't have talent, you gotta look good in the band. All the talented people are probably ugly because they've had plenty of time to practice in their life. So you want to work out and look good because they need something to attract the women to your band.
So if you can't play, you might as well be sexy.
Yes.
Go to the gym. Alrighty. Okay, so now for the real tips. Not that those weren't real tips.
No, those were real tips.
Those were real tips. Here's for the actual playing tips.
So you're still here, you want to learn how to play the bass. By now you probably should own a bass. That would be the true step one. Two, you probably understand what strings you have and the tuning, so I'm not going to really touch on that. Maybe a little on strings, but nothing more. I'm just going to start out with a simple exercise that you do that will help strengthen your fingers and help stretch your fingers so you can work openly at the top of the neck. As you know, the bass, a normal bass has 4 strings. I do play different basses. This is the only 4 string that I do own, and I only do own it because it is a Green Day replica. I like Green Day a lot. First string you have your E, then you have your A, you have your D, and then you have your G. If you go up to the 12th fret, you have the same notes as your E, A, D, and G, just an octave higher. You start on your 12th fret on your E string and play the note. Then what you will do is use your index finger going to the A string and do a walk up of 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 will be your index, 2 will be your middle, 3 will be your ring, 4 will be your pinky. So start on the E string with your middle finger on the 12th fret. Then you will go to 1 on the A string, 1 string over, then go 2, 3, 4. That is a walk up. Then you'll do the same thing on your D string. So the exercise will actually sound like this. Now, if you are playing with your fingers, remember to alternate index, middle, index, middle. If you want to get a little advanced later on, you can add in your ring finger. If you notice, when I was working my way up the string, 1, 2, 3, and 4, I am lifting up the previous fingers. You do not need to hold those frets down because you will not have those notes. If you continue to hold them down, you will wear out the muscles in your hand. Now, once you get this pattern down, start moving up the neck. It depends on how you look at this. I would say up the neck is at the top. Some people reverse it. It's all a matter of opinion. I'm just giving you technical advice. You develop your own style over time. It's up to you because that's anarchy. You do what you want. Be a punk.
This is just advice.
Just advice. It's not
Whatever
by
that-
any means do everything I say at your own risk. I will not be responsible for anything you might do. Unless you play awesome. That's all me. So I could actually go from... Then what you do is you move down a fret. At the end of it, you want to be able to start on the G or even further to be able to alternate your fingers by going... It is very important being a bass player that you make faces when you play. All popular bass players make weird faces. But since you're good looking, it won't matter. You'll be making good looking faces. Well, that's all for this time. It's going to be short, simple, sweet. Since you are a beginner, practice that. It's always important. Practice, 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 practice. Practicing is the key to everything. You might even get talent one day and move up to a guitar. Like I said, this is a hand strengthening exercise. If you look at this hand, see that? See that muscle? Yeah, I've been juicing to make that strong. Don't do that.
Just say no to roids.
Say no to roids.
Unless you really need them. I hope that was great. I only saw a part of it. I guess I'll see the rest in editing. Anyways, this is my friend Paul. We've been buddies for
25 years.
25 years.
25 years.
Which is nearly impossible since we're only above 25.
Yes, we met in the hospital.
We were born in the same day.
We shared a nursery bed next to each other. It was all good.
I was tapping on the glass. He was playing bass.
I saw he had all the nurses around him, and I was like, then on, I was destined for the bass.
I want to thank Paul for doing this. We'll probably do a couple more bass videos because it's just fun.
It's fun, and if you don't like it, you know, that's not really our problem. I'm living my dream. I'm happy. He's living his dream. He's happy. So
You don't have to watch it.
you don't have to watch it. You can shut it off. If you want to leave a bad comment, it's up to you.
Yeah, you do what you want. All this is just...
Our life is good.
I'm happy.
Echo.
Echo. Reverb. All right. So I've been Ryan.
And I'm Paul.
Keep the music alive. Bye.
This is one. I just flipped off the camera.